Welcome back, my Drews Booze, to the Drews Booze Kingdom. We're getting ready to take off, you guys. Kings and Queens, I'm back with a new series, F.A.B. Fake Bag Alert, by the people's request, honey, where I disclose with my knowledge of luxury items, disclosing discrepancies with peoples that are, famous, celebrities, reality stars that are toting around replica items. This is not to expose anyone because, honey, their money is longer than yours and longer than mine. But this is to let you guys know, one, that everything that glitters isn't gold and everything that shines isn't gold. And in this case, Dr. Tiffany Moon says she wanted to sell some of her bags and she didn't want to sell with the real. And in my opinion, are you not selling with the real because you don't want them to authenticate your bags? And she says she just wants to post these bags on her Instagram to be able to sell them. Or do you really not know that these items that you have are not authentic? That's what this video is about. And also to inform you guys, so you guys have an education on what to look out for when it comes to high-end bags that are in the tens of thousands of dollars. What to look out for if you're making these purchases. Also, you guys don't feel like you need to break your back and break your neck to achieve something that's really not necessarily unachievable. Really, like, what's the point? It's just a bag, girl. So stay tuned. I hope you guys like the video. Dr. Tiffany Moon, if you really paid $350,000 for that bag, honey, that replica bag, please send the auction house that you bought this bag from this video to inform them that you have a furthered extensive education on the bag and why it's inauthentic, and they better send you a $350,000 check if they don't want a civil lawsuit at their doorstep. So before I go into detail of why Dr. Tiffany Moon from the Real Housewives of Dallas, Birkin, Nauticus, Himalaya bag is inauthentic, I need to give you guys a little bit of knowledge about the Himalaya bag, where the true origin is, why it got its name, and the functions of the crocodile and why certain parts of the crocodile are very poignant to know when authenticating a Himalaya Birkin 30. And if she sees this video, girl, you need to go run to the auction house and serve them, a civil lawsuit if they do not refund you the $350,000 that you claimed that you paid for this bag. This is a Himalayan Nauticus crocodile Birkin 30 with palladium hardware. And we're gonna use this as a point of reference when we're authenticating Dr. Tiffany Woo's Himalaya bag. The reason why this bag is called the Himalaya is not that the origin of the crocodile skin is Himalaya. The origin of the Himalaya crocodile Nauticus skin is from Africa in the Nauticus River where the Nile crocodiles live. I actually visited one of the farms that Hermes purchases their Nauticus crocodile skins from. Also alligators and whatever. So if I flip through here, when I went to Kenya, I'll do a close-up of our time at the crocodile farm where they farm things for LVMH, Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, and many others. And I'm gonna do a close-up and I'll show you guys, but I have a true knowledge of where these skins come from. I have a true knowledge in luxury. I have a true knowledge in the finer things in life. So as someone who has traveled to the farms where Hermes does purchase their skins from, I can tell you all about, crocodiles. All the luxurious things that you see the wealthy carry around, the Tiffany yellow diamonds stolen from Africa, the best skins, the best leathers, the best materials, the best quality stones and emeralds, Africa. So thank you, Africa, for giving these houses that rob from Africa and steal from Africa and don't want to give credit to Africa, because I'm sure you could have found, Mount Kilimanjaro or something that has snow caps that this bag could have emulated, but you guys want to call it the Himalayan Mountains. It's to emulate the Himalayan Mountains. If you turn it sideways, this is like the rocks of the Himalayas with the snow caps on top. So this is why it's called the Himalaya. So now some key information that you need to know when authenticating a Himalaya Birkin bag. Number 1, all alligator and crocodile Hermes bags are created very unethically. And when I say that, I mean it takes 3 crocodiles to create an alligator or crocodile bag. The front part of the Himalaya is the bottom of the crocodile. So this is the stomach. And how we can differentiate the stomach from any other part of the crocodile is that on the edges, where you see the smaller scales, they have little dots. Perosis crocodiles and a lot of his crocodiles have these little dots. Alligators do not have these little dots. Basically, these little dots, if you know anything from what I learned when going to Kenya, and visit the crocodile farm, these little dots are to help crocodiles navigate the murky water. So as you know, if you're going down in the murky water, maybe a stampede has happened, maybe animals are coming to the watering hole, the dirt and mud is kicked up so the water is now murky where, you can't see things. Even though crocodiles have a protective lens in their eyes to be able to not be harmed, it does not necessarily help their vision so much. So these little dots are basically sensors. So those of you that have luxury cars or have cars, period, the cars have dots on the trunk or in the front bumper, and those things are basically sensors. And as you see on your navigation screen, it'll tell you, okay, you're getting closer to this side or closer to the left, or you're right on top of something or whatever. So basically it's the same thing. If you notice, crocodiles are able, once you see a ripple in the water, crocodiles, once those ripples hit these sensors, they're able to basically maneuver and navigate to the prey without the prey necessarily being visible. And that is why the crocodile is able to be concealed in the water while the prey has no visual or no sight or no knowledge that a crocodile is about to snatch them and pull them to their death. So, Niloticus and Perosis crocodiles have these dots. If you see a Himalaya that does not have these sensory dots, it is not an authentic Himalaya bag. Now, going back to the 3 skins. This is one stomach of the crocodile, one skin. The back is another crocodile skin. The sides of the Himalaya are basically one crocodile skin cut in half and then used for the sides. The bottom of the bag is made out of a single tail of a crocodile. So of one of the 3 crocodiles that were killed to make this bag, the tail is used for the bottom. So when we look at Tiffany Moon's bag, 2 issues that I found with her Himalaya Birkin. The number 1 easy thing to detect an inauthentic Birkin bag, this applies for any Birkin, Himalaya, exotic skin or not, is the bottom feet. When you purchase a bag from the store, or if you're buying it resale, the only thing that should come at the bottom of your feet is a tape. a clear tape. Throughout the years, Hermes has changed the colors of, you know, the tape. Maybe it's blue, sometimes it's clear, sometimes it's frosted, like a frosted tape, but it should be pretty much a see-through tape. Not like a scotch tape, not an electrical tape, not a duct tape, but a clear tape. Tiffany Moon's bag has these rubber bottom feet. Replicas are the ones that come with those caps. It is incorrect. If it came with those caps, it is not correct. It should come with a clear tape. So I noticed those clear caps on a lot of her Birkins. The most important inconsistency with Dr. Tiffany Moon's Birkin Himalaya bag is the bottom. Now you say, her bottom is correct. Her bottom is made out of the tail of the crocodile. However, that is incorrect because Tiffany has the diamond Himalaya Birkin. Diamond Himalayas are made out of 4 crocodiles, whereas the standard Himalaya is made out of 3. So as you take a look at the Christie's example of a diamond Himalaya, this side, the side of the bag, these gray sides, should basically be uniform and come right underneath, and basically should be another stomach. It should not be the tail. Only on the regular Himalayas is the tail going to be used. On all the diamond Himalaya bags, no matter when they were made, they're always made with 4 crocodiles. For more evidence to reference, here we see Tacky Vegas Dave buying his $500,000 record-breaking diamond Nauticus crocodile Himalaya Birkin. As you see, it is the stomach at the bottom and not the tail. So when you see this long tail and these thick scales and they're not uniform, or basically the gray is like being traced from top to bottom with a diamond Himalaya bag, it is inauthentic. To me, I believe that the replicators are more humane when it comes to making these bags, because they're not killing 4 crocodiles. They're only using the 3. I personally think that when Hermes makes these diamond bags, they should only use 3 crocodiles, because the bottom is really never going to be seen. And why should it's still a Himalaya crocodile. So at the end of the day, I don't think that they should use the bottom and kill a whole nother crocodile just for the bottom to be, you know, a 4th crocodile. I think that's very inhumane. Now, after owning the bag and knowing more about what goes into it, I don't really feel ethically that, you know, it should take 3 crocodiles. They could basically create a bag that's still gorgeous with 1 whole crocodile and just use, you know, some parts for certain areas. And I think that that's enough. I'm actually going to say the pricing for later. It's important for you guys to know the pricing between the authentic ones and the replica ones. Now, you guys might want to throw shade at Dr. Moon, because you're like, oh, she has a fake, she has a fake, she has a fake, da da da. I'll go into my reasons of how this may happen, but I want to now talk about pricing. At the store, brand new, a Himalaya bag is going to run you around $56,000, especially in the United States. Now, it's really, Hermes pricing is actually very shocking. Like, as far as their pricing, I really thought the bag was $100,000 at the store. The bag is not $100,000 at the store. The bag reaches over $100,000 resale. So basically, you know, the rumor is they only make 2 per year. They only make this. That's a whole lie. I found a Hermes craftsman on Instagram that shows him in the Hermes craftsman workshop where he is making more than 1 Himalaya bag, more than 2 Himalaya bags in a day. Or, you know, how many days it take to make these bags. So the myth of they only make 2 Himalayas per day is an absolute lie. This stuff you could easily find out. So when these YouTubers and these influencers try to talk about education, if you haven't been to where they get their crocodiles from, if you haven't seen or, you know, conversed or seen the craftsmanship or the craftsman who makes these things and seeing the process, shut up, because you don't know what you're talking about. I don't like to talk about stuff I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm only going to talk about what I know. So, so the myth was that they only make 2 per year. That's an absolute lie. And people that are reselling are going to tell fabrications because they want to make the bag seem more desirable, because that's when they're able to make up the markup and that's when they'll be able to increase profits. So therefore, the Himalayan now is costing you over $100,000. You can get some that are under $100,000 depending on where you buy from, but make sure that it's authentic. And there's so many things that, you know, it's very easy for these bags to be replicated because Hermes believes in replicas, because Hermes supports replicas. They opened up a shop in China. And we all know that Hermes has had to sue many of their craftsmen and their employees because their employees have done so many nefarious things to make their own money, probably because they're not making that much money. I know they think, oh, we work at Hermes, you know, we should be making $100,000 a year. No, you're making minimum wage like everybody else. And so they do nefarious things. As you have heard from my story, my horror stories with Hermes, where they've done criminal things and violated their duty of prudence and their duty of confidentiality and many other things. You listen to Purse on Fleek. And if y'all want me to go into detail about that Purse on Fleek situation, basically violating her consumer rights, violating her duty of confidentiality and putting out her information and people getting her information and stuff. Hermes they hire criminals. So once they open up a shop in China, not opening one in Mexico, not opening up one in Spain, you open one up in the capital of replicas. China and Chinese people are the best at replicating anything, cars, phones, anything, because Chinese people believe in the importance of detail and the importance of craftsmanship. So you hire people to work in China. You think they're all going to be honest? Everyone is human. Everyone can be deceptive. Everyone has the possibility to be flawed. So Hermes, 100%, based on my logic and my opinion, supports replicas by opening up a repair where they only repair. You want me to believe that you only repair? I don't believe they only repair. I believe they make their bags in China too. Why? That makes no sense. I did some extensive research. Now, it was quite easy because a lot of people, once I talked about my horror story with Hermes, they're letting me know, hey, you'll never have to shop at the store again. We'll keep you confidential. We can make you replicas, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I've had hundreds of replicators hit me up talking about what they could do for me. And I'm sure all influencers have had replica people approach them and saying, hey, we can make you stuff and you can promote it, da-da-da, whatever. Now, being that I wanted to know the education, because I could not believe that, you know, people are able to make handmade bags, especially when Hermes makes it seem like these bags are so unattainable and so hard and so precious. Ain't shit about these precious, ain't nothing about these amazing, okay? Anybody can have one. So from my education, I learned that a standard Himalaya in the size 30 goes anywhere between $7,000 to $20,000. I truly believe that Dr. Moon's bag is in the $20,000 range. So I bring that up to remind you, don't you ever smirk at her collection. Because even if her bags are all replicas or, you know, whatever, if I were to calculate all of them, her bags, her collection of Birkin bags is, if they are all replicas, they are around $350,000. So Dr. Kim drives a Bentley. Her husband has an Aston Martin. They also have a Ferrari. So that's basically nothing. So the reason why I think that hers is in the $20,000 range is because you can actually get a Himalaya made with real diamonds, as in not crystals. Her bag, especially being that it has diamonds, is no less than $15,000, which is more than an authentic regular Birkin. Whereas an authentic Togo Birkin is around $11,000 to $12,000 in the size 30. She's like, I can get a diamond one crocodile for $15,000. Or it could be from the auction house, where she actually trusted in this auction house and thought she was getting an authentic bag. And probably, I mean, I just find it hard to believe that she paid $350,000. I'm sorry. In my opinion, I just find it hard to believe that she paid $350,000, especially if you are going to get this back. I mean, for me, if I'm paying $350,000, I'm going to go through so many rigorous authentication processes to make sure that this bag is authentic. So I'm actually going to wipe out the possibility that the auction house ripped her off. But hey, it's still a possibility, so whatever. But the reason why a lot of wealthy people buy high-end replica things that cost more than your car, more than you make a year, more than I make a year, more than other people make a year, whatever. Because, I mean, people are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. No matter what anybody says, the replica industry is a billion-dollar industry. So people are buying, you know, replicas at crazy amounts. But the reason why somebody would pay $20,000 for a replica handmade bag is, one, the bag looks exactly the same. The only giveaway was the bottom of the bag. That's an easy fix for you to spend an extra $1,000, an extra $2,000, or however many more these people sell the skins for, to say, hey, make it correct and put the bottom, make sure that the bottom is another stomach of a crocodile. That's an easy fix. And then, honestly, there would be no way for me to differentiate her bag from authentic and inauthentic. If the bag didn't have diamonds, I would truly believe, without a shadow of doubt, that that was an authentic bag. Simply because the bag had diamonds, it was the easiest telltale. But these people know, I'm rich. Nobody's going to doubt me. No matter what, I can go buy them bags. No, I can buy those bags if I want to. I'm not, as a smart, rich, wealthy person, going to pay more for something that's not worth it. That's truly not an investment. Because if you think about it, if it comes to insurance purposes, if someone steals your items, it is very hard to get your money back from insurance. If you talk to any YouTuber or anybody that has told a story about their luxury items being stolen, it is very hard to recuperate the total value of your items. So why not get the same craftsmanship? Because Hermes employs people in China. They have a shop in China. People that have worked for these companies are selling the blueprints. These people that have worked for the company are making their own items. I'm getting the same craftsmanship as Hermes. I'm not getting a hassle. I'm not worried about my information being stolen, because 100% Hermes employees do steal their clients' confidential information and release it to the public, or they could release it to people that could rob you. They know you making all this money. They know you have all these items, and they know where you live, all this kind of stuff. It is 100% possibility with Hermes hiring criminals that your information could be stolen. And rich people don't want their information out there. So I can get something I can get something confidential with someone that's way over in Timbuktu that don't live near me, that just can't pop up at my house. I'll purchase from them. A lot of times, from what I've learned, replicators give you an even better service than the actual store. As far as giving you free repairs. All you got to do is pay for shipping. Give you new hardware, replace handles, replace stitching, replace whatever. I've heard a lot from what replicators said they are willing and able to do. So when I'm looking at the cost effectiveness of purchasing a replica, I'm going to still have the status. My bag is going to be undetectable, which it basically is if I didn't see the bottom, because for months I've seen her on the Real Housewives of Dallas. And the bag was always sitting in its space in the closet, and I could never tell. The only moment I was able to tell when she barely tilted it just a little bit for that tail to be exposed. Other than that, I would have never known. So I'm going to keep my status, save money, get whatever I want, don't have to buy all these stupid, ugly things that everybody resells at the Real Fashion File. If you go to Fashion File, they have more ugly trinkets and things that are the most ugliest little things, knickknacks from Hermes, that people are reselling, because I had to buy all this stuff just to be offered a bag. In my opinion, the Himalaya bag is one of the ugliest bags. This is one of my biggest regrets from purchasing an Hermes item. I truly wish I would have got a solid matte crocodile, or I would have got a shiny Perosis crocodile. So no matter what, Dr. Tiffany Moon's bag is very expensive. It's at least $15,000 to $20,000. There's a lot of other items that I found some discrepancies with, but I found the most easiest to talk about and the most easiest to explain was the Himalaya bag. If you want to know the truth about the origin of the Hermes bags, as far as these bags are made for hoes, these bags were not made for classy women. These bags were made for oppressed women that are very regressive to the women empowerment movement. Watch this video. I really cannot wait to expose the Kardashians. And what's so funny is the only ones I've seen to have replica bags, as in I've seen with my own eyes in person, as in a personal witness to these things, the only two that wore replicas are the billionaires. The only two people that I have seen wear replicas with my own eyes in person are the billionaires of the family, which would be Kim and Kylie. Now I have to say the word allegedly only because they are so happy. But if my life depended on it, and when I explain to you and show you guys the discrepancies, you'll know. Only for legal purposes am I saying the word allegedly to protect myself from being sued. So thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.